Welcome everybody. In today's video we will be taking a look at the Sanrenmu SRM 9201-GB. Not exactly Spidey flickable, I'm going to tell you right out the bat. Even with it being broken in some, it's not exactly Spidey flick capabilities. And that's because they angled the opening hole wrong. They should have flipped it the other way, where the way it narrows there, it doesn't work. If they'd flipped it the other way, it would work. But you can kind of like get it started with a Spidey here and then like wrist flick the rest of the way. So, you know, it's still a fun fidget knife. It's budget, it's about 30 bucks. I don't try to give exact prices here on the channel because I know prices change over time. You're not always going to be seeing my videos when I put them up. Could be a year or two down the road. 20 years down the road, who knows? Prices can change, but as of the time of this video, about 30-ish bucks. And I think, for the money, fantastic job here. It's smooth, it's solid. The thing that annoys me on a lot of knives, and even the high-end knives do this sometimes, and that is they barely hide the blade in the handle. Now this is not enough to hurt your finger there. I've done the finger test where I push in there and I try to get the fat of my fingers in there and I cannot stab myself. So it technically passes the grade, but there are some knives that you know that the blade is just like oh so barely touching in there, then it's just like, yeah, you're going to cut yourself on it. This one, you cannot cut yourself on it with at least from my tests. I can like barely feel a grab if I do it a certain way. But the average way you're going to be messing with this, you're not going to come across the blade. I will say the detent is a little light, but it's an axis lock, so, you know, that's kind of to be expected. There is no blade play, and there's just the minutest amount of blade wiggle. I call the wiggle the side-to-side stuff that you see here. Blade play, this stuff here. No blade play. Very little, if any, blade wiggle. I'm sure as this breaks in, you'll get a little bit more blade wiggle. We'll see. Judging from the way it came, it looks like there are 4 washers. There is like 2 copper washers and 2 Teflon washers. So I'm not the biggest fan of Teflon, but I'm not going to knock it. At least there's some copper in there. I may try to disassemble this knife later with some spare copper washers that I've got and put those in there to replace the Teflon. We'll see how that goes. That could be months down the road, but that's an idea. The handle is G10. The blade, I think, is D2, if I recall from Amazon. I bought this off of Amazon. I'm filming this video a few days after buying this, and I'm probably going to upload this video within a month. So it's fairly recent stuff. The liners are pretty much full liners. They're nested. They're very narrow this way, but they are like full length down this way. So that's nice. Very solid. We have a deep carry clip. Mushrooms growing in the shade, as Bees Blaze likes to say. But those mushrooms do not get in the way of your pants legs when you're trying to pocket these. It is very fidgety. Very grippy. I like the jimping on the back here that nests into the palm of my hand here. Sorry for going off camera a lot, people. It nests into the palm of my hand here. We've got the jimping up here, but I can very comfortably flick open, flick closed. Still a new knife, got to get used to it. But I can thumb flick quite nicely. We can slow deploy if you're around nervous people. I kind of like the Spidey wrist flicker. That's a good one, very fidgety. Drop shutty, not drop shutty, but droppy, very droppy. The overall ergos are nice. This knife does come with various colors, not a lot, but there's a few other colors to choose from. We do have blue trim around the axis screws, very nice. I love that. If you're looking at this, you're probably thinking this is very much like a Benchmade Crooked River, and it is. Let's get the big boy out. This is Benchmade Crooked River. It's somewhere between the big Crooked River and the mini Crooked River. Somewhere in the middle, and I think this is very good. This is kind of the poor man's Crooked River. It's very comfortable, very ergonomic, fits in my hand, doesn't look too funky, has a very nice clip point. Kind of not the best swedge. It kind of stays fat up here, but it does have a little bit of a swedge. Not as pointy as some, like the Crooked River swedge is way better on that one. Maybe not as classy looking as the Benchmade Crooked River, but very capable. I've got big hands. I wear like large, extra large gloves. I've got long fingers. Like, you know, here's a mat. Each square is a 1/2 inch. I just put my hand out there, like, you know. These are some big paws here. And this is a big knife. I've got a full 4-finger grip. It could be a 5-finger grip if I wanted. And so for like $30, you get deep carry clip, D2 steel or equally as good steel. It's not like cheapo Chinese stainless steel that's going to dull in a day. Axis lock, very solid axis lock at that. Full liners, G10 handles. I think you're getting a darn good deal on this knife. And this knife came sharp out of the box. Look at that. That is sharp. That is a sharp little knife. I am glad I got this. This thing is very good. Would I suggest that you get one? Yes. I think in this modern world of super steels, bearings, and the snobbiness of the knife world, I think this is a good bring back to reality knife for people to have. Knife owners need to get this, and I think they'll realize, you know, this, you know, these steels, this quality, this setup, these prices are good. You don't have to have a Sabenza. I'd love to have a Sabenza, not gonna lie, but I like the basic stuff. I just like having something fidgety, something with a decent steel that I don't have to be sharpening once a day. I like the lanyard holes on stuff. I'm going to put a lanyard on this probably. I love the pocket clip. This is one of the better pocket clips I've seen on a knife. And I think this is just an overall good knife. Maybe even a great knife. I don't know. Kind of depends. Good, great, you know, kind of relevant to the viewer. But I think for $30 that this knife is, I think you're getting a good knife and that you cannot go wrong getting this knife. So, thank you all for watching. Hope you find this stuff in my videos useful, informational. Maybe you get some humor out of it. And until the next video, carry well, and bye-bye.